Alright, so sa mga estudyante ko sa Labor Standards and Social Legislations class, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ang pag-uusapan po natin or ang pag-aaralan po natin for today is about the normal works or normal hours of work. Okay? So since we did not have a class last time, I made it a point to give this lecture through YouTube, to my YouTube channel. I hope you will find this one helpful in your journey towards becoming a lawyer. Okay, so when we speak about normal hours of work, ito po yung ilang oras ba dapat nagtatrabaho ang isang empleyado. Okay? So, ilang oras ba dapat nagtatrabaho ang isang empleyado? Okay? So, according to Article 83 of our Labor Code of the Philippines, it says there that the normal hours of work of any employee shall not exceed 8 hours a day. Okay? So that's very clear in Article 83 of our Labor Code of the Philippines that it's not exceeding 8 hours. Okay? So when we speak about not exceeding 8 hours, the next question is, can it be reduced or extended? So, can it be reduced or extended? So, ibig sabihin, pwede bang mas mababa sa 8 hours or pwede bang mas mataas sa 8 hours? Okay? So, sa usaping mas mataas sa 8 hours by clear language of our law, in Article 83, it says not exceeding. Okay? So, dapat hindi lalagpas sa 8 hours. So, by plain meaning rule, so dapat hindi lalampas ng 8 hours. So, parang ang sagot doon sa pwede bang i-extend ay hindi. Titingnan natin yan mamaya. Okay? So, can it be reduced or extended? The answer is yes. It may be reduced or extended. The working hours may be less than 8 hours or more than 8 hours. Paano po nangyari 'yon? Ano pong mga dahilan bakit pwedeng i-reduce or pwedeng i-extend? Okay? Yan po yung pag-uusapan natin. Okay, with regards to reduction of works, there are instances wherein reduction of working hours may be allowed. Okay? So what are those? First is the reduction on account of business losses. Okay? So that's it, no? If the business is losing and kailangan and there is the necessity or the need to reduce working hours for the business to cope with its financial reverses or whatever financial circumstances it has undergoing at the moment. So reduction of work or hours of work may be allowed. But of course, let us remember that in doing so, the principle of non-diminution of benefits is applicable. Okay? Pwede naman i-reduce ang working hours into 6 or 7 working hours in a day. But this is a reminder to the business owners or to the management that in doing so, non-diminution of benefits principle is should always be adhered to. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the reduction of work. Other circumstances or instance wherein reduction of work is allowed is the alternative work schemes under Labor Advisory number 17 series of 2020. Okay? So this labor advisory is one way of addressing the problem of both the employer and the employees in facing the pandemic or the COVID-19. Okay? So in this labor advisory, it is allowed by the labor Department of Labor and Employment that the companies may apply or may use alternative work scheme in a sense that the normal working hours may be reduced or maybe there are flexible working arrangement, but what's different in this labor advisor is that the non-diminution of benefits will not apply. Okay? So, of course, kung mababa yung working hours, so commensurate yung matatanggap ng empleyado doon sa number of hours na work. Ano. Okay? So, ayun, no? What's the difference between the first means of reduction of working hours and this under the labor advisory number 17-2020 is that uh, sa first is nag-a-apply yung non-diminution of benefits. Dito sa labor advisory number 4, hindi mag-a-apply ang non-diminution of benefits. Okay? However, this labor advisory number 17 is not forever. Okay? It says there that it's valid only while COVID-19 pandemic is existing or is present. And it has to be agreed upon by the employees and the employer. It cannot be unilaterally applied by the employer. It has to have the consent and agreement between the parties. Okay, so that's it, no? So how about extension of working hours? Uh, there are instances wherein extension of working hours may be allowed. Or what are these instances? One of which is the implementation of compressed work week scheme. Okay? So, the implementation of compressed work week scheme. Tinatawag itong CWW. Ito yung exemption doon sa Article 83, no? That it should be not exceeding 8 hours. The work hours may be exceeded or may be extended beyond 8 hours in the implementation of compressed work week scheme or arrangement. But of course, this has also have to be agreed upon by the parties. When we speak about parties, it's the employer and the employees. Okay? So there is rule to observe in implementing the compressed work week. What is this rule? When the company will implement compressed work week, the work hours per day shall not exceed 12 hours. Okay? Remember, the work hours per day shall not exceed 12 hours, nor shall it exceed 48 working week hours. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng mag-exceed ng 12 work hours per day. At hindi din pwede na mag-exceed ng 48 work hours per week. Okay? So, ayun po. Ayun po. So, yun pong nakalagay sa ating yun pong nakalagay sa ating batas na hindi lalampas dapat not exceeding 8 hours ay hindi naman siya general rule. No? There is an exemption. And one exemption is that this implementation of compressed work week. But again, remember that it has to be agreed upon by the parties. And the rule that it shall not exceed 12 hours of work hours per day or 48 week hours. And one instance also is the what we call overtime. Okay? So overtime. When we talk about overtime, it is an hours worked by an employee beyond the working hours. Okay? If the employee is working beyond 8 hours, the succeeding hours of work is considered overtime. Okay? And it is allowed, no? Working overtime is allowed by law. However, kailangan magbayad ng employer ng tinatawag na overtime pay. Okay? At yung overtime pay na yan, may computation yan ng overtime pay, will be discussed in my succeeding videos. Okay? So, that's all for working hours. I hope you have learned something about this topic. And of course, thank you for your patience in watching this video. So, see you again in my next lecture series. Good luck and have a good day to everyone.
Idol, idol, idol ko si Cap. Idol, idol, idol ko si Cap.